Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm the OPJellicent, and I have another Sun and Moon OU Showdown live for you guys today. Now, I'm a little bit on tilt because I'm meant to record 3 videos this morning, and I ended up getting up a little bit later than I wanted, and I actually recorded this live already, but then my audio got warped, so that was fun. And one of the videos that I do have to record is my WPL match for this Sunday, so exciting stuff. But this is a really fun team featuring SD Mega Garchomp with Fire, Fang, and Earthquake. It can really help break through Stall. It breaks through Skarmory and Chansey. I would run Fire Blast, but I already know I'm going to miss all of them. So we're here with the SD Fire Fang. We have this Rain Core right here with Pelipper and Ash Greninja. Specs Battle Bond Ash Greninja under the rain with Hydro Pumps is going to be hitting stuff really hard. And then we have Leftovers Iron Burbs Ferrothorn with knockoff spikes. Pretty much just this utility support set. Autotomize Celesteela with Grand EMZ Earthquake, which can be really clutch. And then just support Clefable right here. So let's get into the matchups. I'm hoping we find at least one stall team, so I can show you guys how Mega Garchomp can rip through it, kind of. Unless it's unaware, Clefable on the stall, that's always really annoying, but let me go ahead and do all this, make it bigger for you guys, I believe. Yep. And I kind of want to just lead off with Pelipper. He could try to capitalize on that lead. He could always be offensive Landorus, I could see that, or SD Scizor. I'm assuming Mantine is his Defogger, so I'm not surprised if it's offensive Swords Dance Scizor, so I do have to preserve my Ferrothorn's health really well. Celesteela honestly looks like a really good lead, but I do need his health for the Tapu Lele, so I don't know how much I like that, but I'm going to try it. I'm hoping he doesn't lead off with Mantine. He does lead off with the Tapu Lele, so I'm assuming he's going to switch out right now. Question is into what? Probably his Landorus, so I would guess. We're going to go right for the Heavy Slam anyway. He doesn't have the best answers. If he goes Scizor, I can Fire Blast that thing right after and get that out of the way, which can really help my Mega Garchomp, because I doubt Earthquake 2 it KOs that if it is Mega. But Heavy Slam will be able to OHKO the Tapu Lele right now. He might want to just throw off a Psychic or Psyshock, but he's going to switch out into the Amoonguss, so that does a clean amount of damage, and we can just follow this up with another Heavy Slam right now. He should switch out for the Regenerator. Not sure what he would go out into, maybe the Mantine. Now seeing that we have that. Goes out into the Landorus, so we can scout his set right now, see if he's Rocky Helmet. As it does appear, he is Rocky Helmet defensive, so our switch into this, it's probably our Ferrothorn. We can knock off, cut up some spikes. Yeah, that seems fine. I don't really want to stay in right now. We could try to autotomize up, but he's going to go right for the Gravity, which is interesting, so I'm glad I switched out. And what I can do right here is probably just start laying up some spikes. Not sure what he would want to go out into, but if he goes anything else, I can try to T-Wave it, so yeah, we're just going to start laying up some spikes right now. He could try to get up his rocks, or just Earthquake for damage, but he goes right for the rocks, which is fine. Because we don't really have anything particularly weak to that, other than our Rain Setter on this team. And I'll try to knock him off right now, as he does go out into the Amoonguss, which is completely fine. We bring that thing low. He's probably going to end up switching out again. This thing probably has the HP Fire, now that I look at it, so I'm actually going to go out into my Pelipper right now, just to try to get up the rain. Scout for the HP Fire, and we can U-turn right out of there. He does have the HP Fire, so that's going to do nothing under the rain. And what we can do right now is just U-turn out. He's probably going to Spore, if he actually brings out the Mantine over anything, so right here I can see myself bringing out my Greninja, but this thing's probably a special defense variant, so I'm not sure how much I like that. Ferrothorn could be an interesting option, but I don't want it getting burned, as it is my main response to the Scizor. I'm thinking about just going out into my Garchomp, but Scald under the rain is going to be doing a lot of damage, so I guess my rocks can hurt me right here, but my rain can hurt me right here, but I'm just going to try to get at my rocks right now, see what he wants to do. Rocks will pressure his entire team, especially the Weavile. He's just going to throw off a Scald and do very negligible damage, as we will get some Leftovers recovery back, and as long as he doesn't crit me right here, we should be fine. I'm just going to go right for the Moonblast. Not sure what he wants to do. He could try to defog all these hazards away, but then he would have to get rid of his own rocks as well. He is just going to throw off a defog, so I'm glad I Moonblasted, because we will get Leftovers recovery. And yeah, that's clearly a specially defensive variant, so right here I could see him bringing out either his Scizor or his Amoonguss. I don't think he wants this thing getting weakened anymore, and he's not going to be doing anything to me anyway. Yeah, I'm definitely expecting Scizor or Amoonguss right now, so it kind of makes me want to go out into my Garchomp. But he probably has Spore on the Amoonguss, which is the problem, so What I'll do right now is just go right for another Moonblast, see what he wants to do, as he actually just ends up staying in, so I'm glad I did that. He does burn me, which is unfortunate, but we will weaken him even more, and we get another special attack drop. I'm not sure, we should be unaware. No, we're Magic Guard, so, these stat boosts, I don't know how that works with unaware, if the stats get lowered, does it matter? But, we could soft-boiled up right now, not sure what he has. He actually has the Roost, which is completely fine. We don't really have an electric type move on anything, which is unfortunate, but what I'm going to do right now is go out into my... I just need this thing weakened for my Greninja, so I'm going to go for the Moonblast again. He goes right for the Haze for some reason. To remove his special attack drops. As I got one again. Do I have him ignored? Yes, I do. As we'll go for another Moonblast. Just trying to weaken this guy as much as we can for our Greninja. As he does switch out into the Scizor finally, so... there we go, we get a nice special attack drop on that thing. It's going to come in clutch. As what I'll do right here is just go out into my... what do I not need that much? I'm going to go out into my Ferrothorn and just see if I can T-Wave something. He goes for the U-turn, so he's going to take Iron Barb's damage. Which is always nice, because that thing should be into range of my Mega Garchomp's Fire Fang right there. Right here, he could bring out his Landorus again. I could see that being an option, but... we don't have Leech Seed on this set, unfortunately, but we can Power Whip it. As he actually brings out the Amoonguss. We already knocked this thing off, I believe. This thing definitely has the HP Fire. So what we're going to do is go out into our Pelipper. He could just try to throw off a Spore. I wouldn't mind him sporing my Pelipper over anything. Because what that will allow me to do is bring out my Mega Garchomp right after, and go right for Swords Dance. And SD Mega Garchomp could do work, but... he's actually going to switch out, so we bring in Pelipper very nicely here, and I'm not expecting him to stay in, so I'm just going to go right for the U-turn. He shouldn't risk a Scald Burn right now. He really shouldn't. That would be a really poor play on his part. Yeah, he's going to get a fast U-turn out, which means we get the slow one. And he's going to bring out the Landorus, so Scald would have been a great play right there. We're going to take some more damage, but this gives me an opportunity to bring out Greninja. And just go right for the We Are Specs, right? Dark Pulse should not come out, and Earthquake should not knock us out, so he is going to bring out the Amoonguss, so Specs Dark Pulse gets a crit, and does a lot, but unfortunately we can't stay in on this thing. We could try to just weaken it, I guess, but I'm going to go right out into Pelipper. As he goes right for the Synthesis, so what I'll do right here is go right for the U-turn. Not sure what he wants to do. He could try to Spore something finally. I'm just going to go right for the U-turn. He could try to just Giga Drain too, so I'm going to U-turn out into my Ferrothorn. Just trying to avoid that Spore, and I can start stacking up Spikes. He actually has Stun Spore, so can't affect Grass types, I guess. We're gonna go right for the Spikes. Excuse me. Spike is a very nice play right now. It will pressure his entire team, except for the Landorus, obviously, and the Mantine, which can be a little bit annoying because we need damage on the Mantine in order to win this match pretty easily. We pretty much just both have a ton of pivots that. It's making this match run really slow, but I think one of us can win eventually. As you can see, that HP Fire under Rain is doing practically nothing. And this gives me an opportunity to probably just T-Wave him. I kind of want to expect to switch out. I'm not trying to T-Wave this thing, I'm just trying to... we actually connected, but I didn't really want to T-Wave this thing. I wanted to T-Wave something coming in, because this gives me a free Spike Up right now. And we're getting... this is the last Rain turn, so... we do manage to get out of there. And at this point I will switch out because Rain can be annoying, so... what I'll do is go out into my Celesteela right now. HP actually doubles out into the Mantine, which is completely alright. I don't know how much I want to stay on this thing. We can't Tectonic Rage, obviously. So I'm thinking about just going out into my Pelipper right now. But he could just throw off a Scald, so I'm actually going to go out into my... I need to get Garchomp in safely eventually with some stuff weakened, so what I'm going to do is go out into my Pelipper right now. And while that will give his Scald boost to Rain, I mean his Scald's a Rain boost, that's completely fine, because we can just Scald right now, I think, too. He could be inclined to just stay in right now, as he's actually not defogging over anything. Oh, he has Water Absorb, what am I doing? That was a poor play. I'm just going to try to get a slow U-turn out. He could try to defog right now and he spikes away, but he's actually just going to knock me out over anything, so... what I'm actually going to do is bring out my... This team is really pressured by Mantine. I think I'm just going to hope that I don't get burnt. We should 100% outspeed this thing. I'm going to Mega Evolve and Swords Dance. as he actually hard switches into Tapu Lele, so not sure what his plan was right there, but we do get a Swords Dance up, but I know this thing is faster than me, so I'm going to bring out my Celesteela right now. This team doesn't have the best Garchomp matchup, but because he does have the Weavile to check as well as the Tapu Lele. If I Earthquaked right there, that would have been big, but if he just stayed in and Scalded, that would have been annoying, especially if he got in the burn, because that would have crippled my Charizard. He was right for the Moonblast, which is completely alright. Right here, I would probably expect him to go out into the Mantine. Yeah, Mantine's probably going to come out, so I'm going to go right for the Heavy Slam. As he goes out into the Landorus again, so we get that damage off, and if he is defensive, we should outspeed. We actually might not. Let's go right for it again. We could outspeed if he doesn't have any speed investment. Not sure what he would have. He is clearly defensive based on that damage. The problem is I don't want myself taking any more of that Rocky Helmet damage, so I'm actually going to attempt to connect a Fire Blast right here. He goes for the Hidden Power Ice apparently, as unfortunately we do not connect. So we're going to go for a Fire Blast again. He's actually faster than us. He tried to catch our Garchomp probably. So we're going to go right for the Fire Blast as he goes for the Gravity this time, but we aren't able to knock him out, so that's really great for my Garchomp because an Earthquake is going to start pressuring his team a ton. But I can't let it get weakened, that's the problem. He doesn't really have any other ground moves to abuse on this Gravity with, and we have our Garchomp with the Earthquake, so if I can get that thing in soon, we can just start spamming Earthquake and taking some lives. Because Mantine is not an answer at this point. Right here, I would probably go out into the I don't know. Don't know what I would go out into if I were him. Maybe the Mantine, just try to throw off a Scald, but we have a response to that, and we have Spikes up. So if Scizor comes out, I'm gonna be forced to Fire Blast because I can't let that thing Swords Dance up. He actually brings out the Weavile. So do I still need Celesteela? It could be nice. I'm just gonna go right for my Heavy Slam. He could try to SD up or something like that. Not sure. Or he could just go right for the knockoff or Icicle Crash. There's a knockoff, so that's pretty expected from this thing. Right here, I can go out into my Clefable pretty safely, I think. But I really don't want to do that at this point. I'm just going to go right into my Ferrothorn. Go right for the... He already saw Thunder Wave, so he might go right out into Amoonguss just to pivot. I'm going to go right for the knockoff, as he does go out into the Amoonguss just to make sure that he can't get anything else T-Waved. So that's fine. We can start Spike stacking up even more right now. As I'm not sure whether you would expect a T-Wave right now, but knockoff damage on the Amoonguss could be big. Unfortunately, do we still have him on that's sleeping? No, we don't. He brings out the Tapu Lele, which I'm super confused about because I probably have the HP Fire too. I'm gonna go right for the Power Whip. Just scouting for the HP Fire. I don't know whether it'll knock us out or not. If he specs, then yeah, probably, but it actually doesn't. So if we can connect this, that's going to do a big amount. So Tapu Lele is now pressured by the spikes. And if he's... I kind of want to scout whether he's locked into that or not. What's our Spit F stat? 352. Ferrothorn, OU Hazard Setter. I guess this is meant to be max with... let's just say... a little bit less than that, I guess. So let's just check. We have 208. So 208 against the Tapu Lele. If it was Specs, HP Fire would have done a lot more. So it's probably Scarf, which makes me want to bring up my Garchomp. But I know that's a really poor play. Clefable can honestly come out pretty freely here. As it does appear, he goes right for the HP Fire again, so... Psychic could be a little bit annoying right now, but it's not that big of a deal. I'll just throw up my... I don't want him getting a Defog off, but I'm going to go right for my Stealth Rock. As he brings out the Scizor. So this is fine. What I can do right here is... I'm thinking about just... This thing could have the Defog, but he's probably going to go right for the Bullet Punch, so I'm just going to go right into my Ferrothorn. As it's actually Roost, so... big surprise, right? He's probably going to go right out into the Amoonguss. I'm going to pull a double this time, because I really need to start pressuring his team, and if we can catch the Amoonguss double right now, that would be big. As he does actually have the Defog on this thing, so really unfortunate. Not sure why he has that. He could try to sack his Tapu Lele right now. I'm just going to go right for the Earthquake, as he's actually opting to stay in, just to get a U-turn off, so we could have Fire Fanged that thing and done a lot of damage, but I expected him to hard switch. Out comes the Tapu Lele, obviously, so we're going to go right out into our Clefable on this thing. Let's try to get up our rocks again. This is a really long match, as Moonblast is going to come out. That's did a lot, but we should be able to take it again, so I'm going to Stealth Rocks right up right now, as he does not get the roll that he needs, so that's really great. And we don't take burn damage due to Magic Guard, but what I can do right here is just go right for a Moonblast. That's Scarf damage. We are defensive, I know, but let's check. Clefable, if we are just this utility set with, how much defense do we have? Actually, I guess a better question is, we only have 32 Spadef, so that could explain it. Let's just put in 32. Moonblast, that's from Choice Specs. If he's Choice Scarf, Moonblast should not be doing that much, so he's probably like, I don't know what that is. I'm gonna bring out my Greninja because I really don't think he's Choice Scarf. And we can Dark Pulse. Out comes the Mantine. This might 2-hit KO or Specs, as it actually doesn't, but he has nothing to hit us with, so I'll go right for it again. A flinch would be nice, but I'm not really expecting it. I'm just here to try to get my Battle Bond right now, as we do get the Dark Pulse off. He does unfortunately manage to roost, so unfortunate. We'll go for the Dark Pulse again. My way of winning this match is with the Greninja, but we do have to pressure the Weavile. Can't get a single flinch apparently. It's 30%, right? 20% chance to flinch the target, and I think now I need double flinches to even have a chance. But we do have our Ferrothorn, as we do get a flinch, so a little bit nice there. We'll go for it again, see what happens. He might want to bring out the Amoonguss now, just not wanting to risk this, but he should just spam Roost. I don't know what he's doing. As he does go for that, he doesn't unfortunately get a Roost off, so I think this is where I pulled the trigger with Mega Garchomp and just try to get up a Swords Dance. I should be able to, see, it's actually going to throw off the Scald that turn. Why? Yeah, and he gets the burn too. Why that specific turn? Okay, we're just going to go for it. I don't know what he has. We have Rocks up, so that'll pressure the majority of his team. Not sure why he decided to do that, as he actually brings in the Scizors, so we should be able to take a Bullet Punch very freely right now. And I'll just go right for the Fire Fang. He might want to try to defog. I don't know what he wants to do at this point, but it's still definitely winnable, as we get the Fire Fang off, so that down goes that Mon. And we need Mega Garchomp to pressure the Amoonguss. That's the only way we win. Weavile can come out. Actually, I think Weavile has to come out here. But it will take Rocks damage, and we do have our Ferrothorn for that, so that could be nice. If Weavile comes out, I'm going to go out into Ferrothorn and see what he wants to do. If he doubles, that would be unfortunate, but if he goes out into anything else, Tapu Lele dies to Rocks at this point. Mantine comes in, I'll just Dragon Claw that. Amoonguss comes in, I can just Earthquake that. Actually, I might Swords Dance up in front of Amoonguss. I'm not sure how much Giga Drain into Burn does. Probably kills us, to be honest, so I think I'm going to be forced to Earthquake. He brings out the Mantine, so I'm going to Dragon Claw you, I think. Yeah. This is base 170 attack. Let's see how much it does. 43. That did not do as much as I thought. We could have Swords Danced up again, too, so a little bit unfortunate. Well, let's go for the Dragon Claw right now. I think my way of beating the Amoonguss at this point is going for Paraflinches with my Greninja's Dark Pulse. Here, I'm pretty sure he wants to bring out his Tapu Lele, but he doesn't have the best Greninja answers at this point right now. Out comes the Tapu Lele, and I'm expecting this thing to just go right for the... If we got a higher roll on Power Up, man. I'm just going to sack this Mon off. As what I can do right now is just go out into my Greninja. Go right for the... I guess we'll go right for the Dark Pulse. I could make a pretty good prediction right now, but we'll go right for the Dark Pulse. He is actually Scarf, so not sure why he was doing so much to my Clefable. Unfortunate right there that he got that terrain up, so I couldn't water shuriken him, but it was an alright match. It was, I think, a 3-0. Probably could have been a 2-0 if I brought out my Ferrothorn, but we're going to start the timer and ignore. I just like to focus during the match, and Autotomy Celesteela can actually do a lot of work in this match if we can weaken the Zapdos, so that's going to be my main goal right now. I'm thinking about just leading off with my Garchomp, because it does a ton of work. That could be Zard Y. We're going to lead off with this, as he does lead off with what I'm assuming is a Mega Charizard Y. What I'm actually thinking about doing is just going right for the standard Dragon Claw, because if it is Zard X, then yeah, let's just do this. It is Zard Y, so we should have Mega Evolved, but this will outspeed, get a Dragon Claw, get a crit. So he goes for the Dragon Pulse, does a lot, but doesn't knock me out. And what I'll do is just Dragon Claw again right here. Not sure what he wants to bring out on this. He doesn't really have answers, to be honest. I could just Fire Blast, or Fire Fang, just to catch the Kartana. As he does bring out the Kartana, and we do connect and Oko that thing, so glad I clicked that instead of the Dragon type attack, because that could have been a bit of a problem. I'm not letting this guy get his boost right now, so I'm going to go right out into my own Greninja. Or Clefable, just to scout if he's Protean or not. If he's Battle Bond, it will not have the... we're taking nothing under the sun, so that burn's not going to matter. If anything, that burn helps me, because he can't status me with like T-Wave or anything now, so... Moonblast is pretty free right now, but Stealth Rocks are also free, so I'll do that instead. He could bring out like a specially defensive Zapdos and try to defog right now. I could see that being a choice. That last game was like 20-25 minutes, I think. I don't know. But I'm hoping we can come out on top this time. We do have a lot of pressure on his team, as he actually does bring out the Toxapex, so what I'm thinking about doing right now is just going out into my Pelipper. Oh, this is going to be annoying to deal with. Just because this would be so much easier to deal with if I just didn't have to risk the burns, but with my Garchomp weekend, that's obviously really bad, but we can just go right for the... I don't know what he would want to do right here. I'm just going to go right into my Pelipper, see. If he goes for the Scald, so I'm glad I didn't make any, like, terrible play right now. We'll go right for the U-turn, out into our Greninja. He could lay off a Toxic Spike. He just goes for the Scald again, so no burn, thankfully. We'll go right for the Dark Pulse right now. See what we can do to this thing. That actually does some decent damage. So stockpiling. Interesting option, I guess. Does that 6-0 me? I'm expecting a Scald to come out right now, because he actually goes right for recovered, so... I'm gonna go out into my Garchomp. If he Scalds this turn, that would be unfortunate. Now is when a Scald should come out, so I'm gonna Mega Evolve this Earthquake. That is a lot still. If he actually opts to do that again, so Baneful Bunker or something, I'm gonna Swords Dance up. He didn't Baneful Bunker. He went for that, so this is gonna do a lot. He should have just taken the kill. I don't know what he's doing. That does 79. As now he goes for that attack, but now we have Celesteela on deck right now. Just going for a Tectonic Rage. This should not come out even with the +3. As it does, so we get rid of that threat, and we get our attack boost. As out comes this thing, so probably Heat Wave, I would imagine. Heavy Slam should do a lot. He goes right for the substitute, so I'm really glad I Heavy Slammed. You can see we are breaking that substitute, so maybe Heat Wave will come out right now, maybe Thunderbolt, I don't know what he wants to do. I don't even know if he has coverage for me, to be honest. But he does go right for the Thunderbolt, so he is probably an offensive Zapdos, which is great information because this allows me to bring out my Greninja very freely right now. And go right for the Hydro Pump, I think. If we miss, I'm going to be really salty, but we don't, so... we did get our Battle Bond, right? We did, okay. Potential Scarf Chomp. This is Screaming Scarf Chomp right now. I'm just going to go right out into my Pelipper and get up the rain. As he went right for the Scarf Outrage, apparently, so, take some damage. as he goes for the outrage again, does pretty much nothing, and we can start laying off spikes right now. Zard will die to Stealth Rocks, which is very nice because that thing is a big threat. It could comment on this thing, as he actually is not Scarf, so I guess that's good news for my Greninja. As we get up a spike just to pressure his own Greninja, and what we can do right now is just go right for the power up. Can you hit yourself? I would hit myself twice, I guarantee you. So Greninja is the obvious play right now. I think I have to do it, as if we do I have to risk anything, or do I just go right for Dark Pulse? I think I'll just go right for Dark Pulse and knock him out. So his own Greninja is forced to come out right now, which we should be able to easily 1v1. He is going to take some damage, and we can just go right for our own Dark Pulse right now. Do a lot. And he goes right for the U-turn, and he's going to have to sack, and then Water Shuriken might knock me out in the rain. Maybe. He just sack off the Zard, and we are faster, so it's going to come down to... Actually, he just asked a hazard, so... very nice win right there. I'm glad we managed to pick up a win with Mega Garchomp doing a lot of work against that Toxapex. I'm going to leave it right there. Only 2 matches, but they were both really good and really close, so... I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely be sure to subscribe down below. I'm really hoping the audio didn't get warped for this one, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another live. Bye.